Hello everybody, this is Melvin and Darren with MyPlatinumClub.com.
Hi guys.
And we've got another issue of our Burning Question series.
Okay.
We've got another burning question from Joanne in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And what she wants to know is, how do you tell if the seller is telling the truth about its gross rental income on a property? And she doesn't say what type of property, so...
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's all right. You know, and that's a really good question, because what you'll see a lot out in the marketplace, and I'm sure a lot of the folks watching this have probably found this out, is especially with brokers, they love to get you what they call pro forma income. So in other words, they give you the income statement based on, here's what we think everything could be like if the planets aligned and everything worked out unbelievably perfect. That's really what it is, right? And so, so you rarely anymore are you seeing what I call actual numbers. Okay, it's all pro forma, and then it's, oh, well, by the way, here are the actual numbers, and well, no, you want to know the actual numbers right now. So the first thing you want to do here, even before you start getting into that, is you want to basically make sure you're getting actual numbers, not pro forma numbers.
Okay.
So that's the first thing you do, is you ask for the actual numbers. Okay, then after you've got that, it's a real simple process to see if the gross income is what the owner of the broker is saying it is. When you get that, you ask for a certified rent roll. Okay, and a certified rent roll is basically just a sheet of paper that has three things on it. Actually four. Has the tenant's name, has the rent that they're paying, okay, has the month that they moved in, and then has the month that their lease expires. Okay, there may be a couple other pieces of information, but those are the four main pieces of information that you want.
Okay.
So when I say certified, it's a list of the tenants and the rents that they're paying, but it's been signed by somebody that basically says this is real and actual what's going on right now. Okay, either the owner, property manager, someone has signed off on it. Okay, so that gives you at least a little bit of comfort knowing there's somebody signing off on it, that more than likely it's what's going on.
That's the accurate.
Yeah. But we don't stop there. Okay, because after you've got that, then what you want to do is you want to ask the owner for copies of all the leases. All right. Now let me give you a shortcut to this, because if you're dealing with like 200 units, 200 leases, I mean, that's, it's that much, and all the leases are based. So if the owner has used the standard lease agreement for all of their units, it's pretty much the same. Then what I do is I'll get a copy of maybe 2 or 3 leases, all of the entire lease, 2 or 3 of them. But then the rest of them, I'll just get the front page of those. Okay, because the front page will tell me what the rent is and what the term of that lease is. Okay?
Gotcha.
So if the other 5 pages are the exact same of what I've already got, there's no need for me to look at those. So I'll get the front pages of those leases, but I'll take a look at in detail 3 or 4 leases, the whole entire thing. So then I take the front pages of those leases, right? I compare them to the rent roll that I've got. Okay, that's how I make sure. Okay, that's how I make sure. Now here's a couple things about that. Number one, more often than not, you're going to find discrepancies. Okay. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that the owner or the broker are putting one over on you. But in the daily cares of life, someone could have got a unit rented and something might not have been recorded correctly. You never know. So there could be there are going to be discrepancies, but don't automatically think someone's trying to put one over on you. Okay. Because what you want to do once you find those discrepancies, Melvin, is you want to say, okay, why is there a discrepancy here? What's going on? And every item you find where those rents on there are different from what you've been told, you simply want to ask, what's the real rent and why is the information that we've got different than what's really going on? If the answers to those are acceptable to you, fine. If the answers are not, then it's probably something you want to walk away from. In any case, what will happen many times is once you get done with that process, the gross income number that you've got, if it's the same or better than what they've got, great, you're on your way. But if it's different, if it's not as much, then of course that's cue for you to go back to the table and say, hey, well look, we were talking about a price of this, but obviously, Mr. Seller, it's not renting for what you told me it was renting for, and since it's not producing as much income as I thought it was, then here's the kind of price that I'm willing to pay for the property. But that's how you verify that, is go through that process. Now, if you want to be very, very, very careful, I'm going to give you one more tip that not many people know. Prior to closing, what you can do is you can send all of the tenants a letter basically saying, my name is Darren Garman. I'm going to be the owner of this property effective 10 days from, in 10 days. Okay, so you name a date. So whatever the date is. So July 15th, August 1st, whatever. So as of August 1st, I'm going to be the new owner of your property. I'm writing to verify that your rent is $520 a month. Okay? If it is not, you need to get in touch with me. Okay?
Okay.
So then that way, not only do you have it in writing, not only do you have the leases, but now you've got a tenant that will verify it to you. Because what happens once in a while is you'll take over, you'll have a lease that says this, the tenant will say, well, no, wait a minute, I do the lawn mowing for the landlord.
Uh-huh.
And so I know my
Here's the
lease.
verbal
And so I
agreements.
know my lease says I pay $500 a month, but because I do that, I'm really only paying $400 a month. See, so that might be a reason to go through that process as well. To be
That's
very
a good
careful.
point.
But if you go through that entire process, like I just mentioned, you're not going to be stumped, fooled. You're going to be going in fully informed to make money with that project.
This is awesome. This is really the secrets of professional property investors
Yep.
that they go through when they purchase a property.
Yep,
So
that's right. And if you do this every time, you're going to be
you're going to have a winner.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Joanne, for your question. And keep them coming. We'll see you later. This is Melvin and Darren with MyPlatinumClub.com. See you everybody.
Yep. See you later.